has burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Here's the kicker, Aldrick Rosas, ready to get us going. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go, huh? Let's go, let's go. Hey, we're good, we're good, we're good.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Olivier Vernon brings him down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Kareem Martin. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of one, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Right.
On second down, here's Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Manning. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Zebra.
They're going to run. This is Stewart. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Manning. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, 49 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And it's now a 7-0 game. Rosas now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor, maybe break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Cousins now on 2nd down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Hey, receiver.
Play action now. Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Rosas good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. First down, here's the run with Cook. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it, Brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen. Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. Looking left sideline, incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that'll bring up second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. On second down, Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Third and long for Cousins. Wright's got it. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Let's go, let's go. Where's the hot?
Cousins to throw for it on 4. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. Back to the ground, Cook. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short game. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Rhino.
Now Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down.
Two.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. And he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Zebra.
On 2nd down, here's Manning. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They go play action here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Let's go.
Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
But there was no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And out now come the Vikings. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They run it again with Cook. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins. Got a man, it's right. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Cousins now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Final play of the half. Cousins. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top, as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, that's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. And the Giants ready to come out now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. A handoff to Barkley. They find some open field here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Zebra.
On first down, Manning. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Cousins. Flush to his right. Throw left side complete. It's Morgan. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Vikings on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Gun. Spurs.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Complete to right. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
They stopped him in his tracks. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, go 56. 27's the Sam. 27's the Sam. Zebra.
On 3rd down, Manning. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down.
26, 27 to Sam. 27 to Sam. 27 to Sam.
And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he's got room. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there. But they do convert on fourth. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Manning. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Manning now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. Throwing on first down is Manning. And his throw is incomplete.
Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
27 to Sam. 27 to Sam.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Zebra. 27 to Sam. 27 to Sam. Zebra.
Play action. Manning. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham from 21 yards away. And the Giants add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 30, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Gun.
To throw on 3rd down. Manning. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A give, this is Cook, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Ben Gideon in on the stop. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. They'll go to Barkley again. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's go.
To throw, it's Manning. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Following the interception, Cousins. Flushed out right. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds up around the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 24. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. And that interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Manning going to throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. This carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, but not much room to operate. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Now Manning. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Manning. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know, are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Well, they're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete. So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.
Standing, look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty, don't even know where waist at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? It reply, how you put up with this song and dance, soulless buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. What the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Gummy back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ, first class, not what you went to. You need to relay, chase money like you sane. How I give you the boat, chain, and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Private. You need a, in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. I'm just here to remind you, but never mommy, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get rid of me, I live in you. Both of us, if I offend you.
Welcome to the preseason. To get warmed up, we're going to practice some rushing plays. To beat this challenge, rush for at least 5 total yards in 3 or fewer plays. And now the offense getting set, 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hunt. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us. Let's go.
No time to shine. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Congratulations on beating this challenge and earning some coins. Save up enough coins and you can buy packs from the store or players from the auction house. Next up, passing practice. See you back on the field.
We want back ends, wipe my sins, they can't win, no new friends, football fans, they sleep again, we wake them up, the champs is in, champion, we want back ends, wipe my sins, wipe it, they can't win, no new friends, football fans, they sleep again, we wake them up, the champs is in, yeah, wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't want to. Bite down on you, right now on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you fraudulent. Waiting on the race for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it. Where the right flag, they forfeiting it. Now I got a ring too gorgeous. Damn, I gotta treat it like forges. It sound like I wanna scratch it. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras.
Welcome back. This time we're going to do some passing practice. Challenges like this one offer multiple ways to beat it. On this drive, you must either complete 3 passes or pass for a touchdown. Remember, if you ever forget what the conditions are for beating a challenge, you can just pause the game and view them under challenge goals. And the offense readies for a first down and 10. Now Marino on first down. He's going deep for Brown. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. On third down, Marino. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he will have a touchdown. Antonio Brown, his second touchdown of the afternoon. Great job. Now, of course, solo challenges are not always this easy, and the next challenge will give you 2 conditions that must be completed in order to win.
Yo! Okay, you got it. Look. Go! Go! Look at you go! Okay, you bubbling. Look. Yeah. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit out that jaw jackery. Don't even be that, I don't want none of it. If bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' in my posse deep and I raiding. We act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's. Bitches guess over baby. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon. Big it flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas. Head back to my old ways. Cop a roof for all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the safe. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out. All the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather kiss on my. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take your mama to the Marriott and belly flop. Took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. I'm gonna need all the fries you can give me, all the hot sauce, all the pie you can give me. Better be all or nothing, don't have me in the middle. You better be all you can, in the limit. Yeah, super fly for the plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, but the old with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. That bet you say you didn't never. I'm a step no. Jackie Chan, no travel. Can't clean it with the beat. Dripping from the. No, Lord, not me. I can never be the one you want to stuff for. Money, money, that machine. They fell down my stove. R.I.P. the times that I was broke. Acting like a 9/11 folks. Matte black, liquor clean. Dead presents in and I'm a local. Cooking up canard. Waiting for the antidote. Running out of time. Pictures thinner than a pantyhose.
Over here, empty your pockets. I don't do that. In my prison, you do what I tell you. Get over here. He's gonna get nasty.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the hand, one in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash, look at the cash, bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling.
They call a podcast Poppy. King goes, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold.
I be out on a late night, opposite a play fight. See sign break night, this break night. My wristwatch is like a break light. And you can get it right on your gravesite. So tell me something I don't know. $50 pizza when I'm eating in Soho. I heard that you in love with the stuff in your hate me, they hate me. What should I do? Keep getting money. It's funny, I was just like you. Super Bowl Sunday. With the facts. Security guard told Kevin Hart to relax. Oh!
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop home, game in the chokehold.
I reinvented myself, they sorta hated it. I reinvented myself and upgraded it. Traded in the jewels, copped a couple new ones. Lost a couple friends and got a couple new ones. Upstairs and downstairs, the balcony. These oceanside views, the alchemy. Ain't nothing crazy like the city in the summertime. So when it's winter, I still be on my summer grind.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Houston Texans. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And right away, he lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
3rd and long. It's Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Throw left side, taken in by Miller. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie. Yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Breeze now to throw. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? A first down carry now for Miller. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it again with Miller. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Come back, come back.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
Tiger. Two jet.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 11. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And Josh Hill has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, it's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Hey, left, 48 left. Tight go.
Breeze now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
21.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Breeze on 3rd down. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Craig Robertson in on the stop. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. To throw on second is Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. And this was complete to Will Fuller. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there at 22.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, add that play to his resume reel because he went to the Pro Bowl last year. That's how you go to the Pro Bowl. You make plays like that, big-time penetration, and throw people for losses.
On second down, here's Watson. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Throwing on third and long. Watson. And that is incomplete. Good coverage that time by Patrick Robinson.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Able to push his way through. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 35. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking sideline, incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And that'll bring up second down.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. To throw is Breeze. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
Get set. Get set. Hey, check. 3 down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll. Breeze to throw on second down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Here we go.
On first down, Breeze completes this one to Meredith. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. From the gun, it's Breeze. Now he's flushed out left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Breeze again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They begin with a run by Miller. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. That's it for the first half. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He dumps it down to Ingram, and they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's brought in right side by Ginn. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. Now Breeze. Throw left side complete. It's Carr. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room to run inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And past the 30 down to about the 27. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Ingram again. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On the tackle, Tyrann Mathieu.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with third down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Escaping the pressure right. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. The Saints on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other. Quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the fourth, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? This feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice and tense on the edge of your seat. You been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
And now out comes Houston. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Richmond. On 1st and 10, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fuller. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Reset. Tiger.
They go play action here on first down. Caught here by Griffin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll toss it to Miller. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop it behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Here's Watson looking to throw on 2nd down. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll go down at the 28. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Now Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
Well, we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
He's back to throw. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. Now Breeze got to have this one. That's complete to Meredith. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Breeze now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Thomas barreling ahead. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Back to throw. Dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Maybe some temptation here to try to go for the win, but I think you got to kick the field goal.
I agree totally. When you look at the time left on the clock, that's not a spot where you take the gamble. Go ahead and kick the field goal here and take it from there.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
This will be taken about the 12. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Except for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football.
Come back.
First throw in OT for Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Watson now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
To throw on second is Watson. Flush to his right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Third and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. From the gun, here's Watson. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And the pitch goes to Miller. And some room to work. Puts Lamar Miller. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.
I seen the best of them, Jando. When they find a life and they can't stop. Never met a man that they can't talk. We're talking on the phones, they can hear us.
When you got dumb cake up in the say that they be waiting for you in the bushes with the duct tape. Up and down the interstate. Yeah, we really touch. We touch. October, I'm about to another state. He went down in Arizona, don't get me involved. An empty box in the car means they coming for all. I had 6 phones, I got rid of them all. We get hit and sit down down, we don't talk to the law. Yeah, they think I'm tripping, they listen. They know our every move, yeah, they want us all in prison. That's why I can't sleep at. I'm on another mission, I'm just young and I'm living.
I done seen the best stuff from jammed up. 25 to life and they can't stop. Never met a man that they can't talk. We talking on the phone.